Hello, and welcome to another installment of your weekly Bible study, aka Hymns of the Heretics. So, a lot has happened, um, and we were kind of like in the middle of working out some um, theological conundrums and conflicts. Our plucky siblings, um, Willow and Cole, um, are attempting to make contact with the source of their grandfather's um, righteous crusade against incursion from hell and also his madness. And they've been able to get, like at least Willow has been able to connect before. The two of them are attempting to connect again, and they are interrupted by someone who has um, is not unknown to those who have some knowledge of the our previous cult story by their fruits. A younger um, and sort of androgynous. Um,
Totally.
that's right, Nepentotli, who is barges into um, the space, the storage space where the two of you uh, are doing your work and attempts to interfere. Uh, shouldn't be fucking around with that, they say as they burst in. Um,
How do you know what we're fucking around with? How do you know?
I had to run from his servants. I nearly died getting away from them. And serving him was all I ever knew.
Uh, do you mean the name in this journal, Kether?
I haven't heard that name spoken in over a year, but yes,
Um,
Just because you ran from them for whatever reason doesn't mean what they're offering isn't good or right.
yeah, we were told this was the real name of God.
I spoke to a messenger of God, and they said that this was the path.
Cather will do anything to keep you under his thumb. He'll say anything, and his servants will do anything, by guile or by force.
Is that what happened in
Why?
that church? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No,
Go
you're
ahead.
good. I think
Is
I was going to ask a similar question of like
yeah.
why did you run? Why are you here? Who are you? Like all of the questions.
My name is Oatly. I left with a small band of defectors from a intentional community about 2 hours from here, where grew our food. We all prayed the same under the guidance of one man. I thought that he was the one that we were following, the one we were serving. As the two of you probably have realized by now, if you know Kether's actual name, the truth is really that simple. Kether wants humanity to be blind, to be obedient. It's true that he is an enemy of hell, but that doesn't mean he's a friend to you.
Mhm.
Um, Willow, go ahead and roll your fanatic disadvantage.
Got it. And the stability slips back down.
Well, you could try to bully Oatly into thinking what you think.
I don't think Willow would do that.
Okay.
I think I just gotta. Am I doing the -2?
Yeah, take your stability loss.
What is that?
I have seen horrible things done to maintain Kether's dominion. I thought that his servants had been wiped from this region.
Is that why you're here? To wipe us from this region?
Are you a servant of Kether?
I'm not exactly sure at this
I'm
Yeah, I
point.
not
don't know what we
like
serve.
Oatly
That's what we're trying to figure out.
is like this pudgy, round, weak-looking person, and you're like, "Are you here to wipe us out?" And they look at you like, "I'm not here to wipe anybody out, babe. I'm here because something is coming, something bigger than all of us, and the people that I've been working with have moved to the Northeast, to New Jersey, and I chose to stay behind to help here."
And so you're helping by getting out the word about,
I'm helping Nayeli to
yeah.
study, to unearth the knowledges that have been stockpiled by your church.
Mm.
But I don't know how I don't know how the hell the two of you got wrapped up in Kether's bullshit. But I am warning you.
I'll be honest, this is part of our family legacy. We're trying to learn more about our grandfather and why he was ostracized by the church. We have journals of his, and they are filled with the pages are filled with the name of Kether or his name.
What was your grandfather's name?
And I would say the name, although I don't remember the name. Do you remember what it was?
Like I will say the name of like I don't
I
remember.
say the name.
Let's
I
say the
say the
name.
Was it
name.
one of the memories that was taken from you?
Ah, could have
Ooh.
been. Or is it just taken by age? Ooh, that's fine.
Um,
Yeah.
let me look. I think we like to have a little
I
name
think it
here
was
and
in the
there.
original notes.
Yeah, let me see. Let me
Yeah.
see if something pops for us. Um, ooh, Rocky.
Rocky.
Rocky?
Okay.
Nice.
I um yeah, people talked about Rocky all the time.
Really?
What were their thoughts on him on this?
Yes, Rocky was one of our most devout. People would bring him up all the time as somebody who um gave up everything for his faith. And
Wait.
when I lived there, to me, I thought, wow, what an amazingly inspirational thing. Now that I'm out, I understand. Now that I'm meeting you two, I understand what he gave up. He gave up his family to go do what? What happened to him? Do you know?
No.
We're trying to figure that out.
Or was he's ostracized and claimed insane, and all we have are the journals.
Um, Oatly reaches out their hand as if like to reach for a journal to see if you'll hand it to them.
I would I would look at Willow, um, and then I would hand one of them over.
They did a lot of fucked up shit in God's lovely servants. And this is not the works, and he holds up the journal. This is not the works of somebody who was okay. They broke him, and this is this is sad. They exposed him to the truth. All of us, I imagine, here have been exposed to the truth, but with no safeguards.
Okay. Then who spoke to Willow saying that Kether is the real name of God?
Heather has
Who
many servants, and they are willing, they're, they will lie gladly to advance their agenda.
So what are we supposed to do here? Every time I turn a corner, every time something seems to make sense, it's gone again, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that.
every time we seem to get an answer, we're faced with we don't know a thing about anything again.
Look, what are your names?
I'm Cole.
Alone.
Cole, Willow. The truth is that you don't know shit,
Wow.
and you won't know shit. None of us can fully. comprehend the enormity of what is hidden. And every time you lift another layer away, it gets worse.
Yeah, that seems to be my experience so far.
Oatly looks at Willow with some pity. At some point, you'll have to grow up and realize that it's all fairy tales. You two do what you want. I won't rat you out to Nayeli, but I don't want to be around when whatever it is you're fucking around with blows up in your face. They turn around to leave.
I want to catch them on the way out and be like, if you were part of this before, why are you jumping into another religious? God only knows what to call this now. Like, if it's all fairy tales, why are you here?
I'm here to help people safe. Do I think this has anything to do with Jesus or, I don't know, God? No. But I know that somebody's family home out east went up in flames, and then creatures were spotted in the area soon after. There's been footage spreading online of these disturbing, gross creatures that, um, like lurking behind trash cans. Um, they seem to be uh, mainly, they've mainly been seen between here and the town of Snook. Something is
Hmm.
happening, and I know enough. I've been through enough to be able to be of some help. I've had a lot of proximity with people courageous or stupid enough to dabble in this sort of thing. So I've learned a thing or two. Nayeli is strong, and I'm here to help if I can. I'm not here to serve, and I'm not here to pray. She knows that, but I think she'd rather have someone like me around than not.
So you've been talking with Nayeli a lot?
Yes. Um,
Did
she's the one
she?
that, go
Oh,
ahead.
no. Oh, go ahead, please.
She's the one that convinced me to come. So,
So she must have talked about the transition of the old version of that church to the current version.
oh yeah, but to me that wasn't surprising. You're the ones that were the sheep, believing in some like bizarre Texan version of Mormonism. Like anybody on the outside could have seen that it was bullshit. Like anything else, like everything else. Once you lift the the curling wallpaper and you look underneath, it's all incomprehensible and grotesque.
If you've been talking to Nayeli, you must also know that some of us have demonstrated some powers, abilities.
Yeah, that is also why I'm here.
What does that mean?
Well, I've had similar experiences myself.
Well, then you must have the same question that I have. Where exactly is this coming from? I guess it must not be from Kether. Help me out.
Y- The thing that Nayeli worships as God
Hmm.
is not giving you your power. It is helping you to wake up to a power that has always been there. I don't know how much of this is the truth, but the consensus amongst those of us that have been exposed to this is that all of humanity has the potential to be this and more,
If only the veil is lifted.
if only the veil is lifted.
But you said that when the veil is lifted, there are horrors.
Yes, because power is horrible.
Oh, so what's happening with us is bad.
Well, I don't know. I mean, is it? I don't know. I don't know,
Not so far.
Cole. You've never experienced horror when it comes to your power?
No, I mean the yes, but I mean, oh, you're right. I burned up that person, and that was pretty horrible.
You did.
Ne
That did
Never
happen.
mind. I'm rewinding that. Got it.
When you lift the veil, everything underneath, it's inscrutable to our minds. That's why your grandfather went mad. I imagine eventually all of us will. Who's to say? I'm going back to the house. If the two of you insist on communing with the servants of Kether that are manifested inside of this journal, I won't stop you. Just be careful.
You've given me lots to think about.
Yeah, well,
We appreciate it, regardless of what happens. At least we know more than we did.
yeah. All right. Well, hopefully you two don't get driven mad or murdered by whatever you are messing around with, and I'll be able to see you later.
And so he
Hopefully,
leaves.
Oatly
Yeah.
returns to the house.
Cole would look at Willow and wait for Willow to say something.
I think we need to heed the warning, at least for now.
I, I'm so glad you
Just
said. I'm so glad you said that because that's exactly what I was going to say.
yeah, there's just too much like you can't know what you can't know, and if we're messing around with something we don't understand,
Yeah. I mean, they were kind of annoying, but I seemed helpful.
yeah, very forward. Uh, but
Wow. Poor Oatly can't catch a break.
I mean, you have to admit that he was kind of brusque and just yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
They're no Nayeli, that's for sure.
Mm. Hmm.
All right, so it is evening, right? We are approaching the night. Um, Anything anybody else needs to take care of before we reset for the evening?
I don't think so.
I just have a general question. Are
Mhm.
the archives here that Oatly mentioned that they're going through?
Sure. There's at this point, everything like important to Nayeli is here. So if you want to do research, any remaining materials will be found somewhere in this building. They'll be in a box, in her bedroom study. Um, yeah, I think you would have, you know, kind of picked that up through, as in the last few days. That's kind of what's been occurring.
Gotcha. Okay, just as a future note, I think Willow might be trying to look at some of those things.
Okay.
Wasn't Freya trying to talk to James? I don't remember about what though. I just know I talked to
Um,
Josh. Who did I talk to last?
I think she kind of got distracted with. I think you did talk to Josh last, and I think she got distracted with Marsha just doing like cooking preparations.
Cool.
Um, Working it out on the remix. Okay. Marcia, anything else before bed?
No.
Okay. So now that church in its most like traditional sense has been abolished, we are also abolishing the save, like the save button being in church. So I'm gonna give you all for your excellent role playing and ch great choices that you have made. I'm gonna give you some experience points. So let's do 3 points. And if you open up your sheet and you go click on the background, nope, click on the notes tab. Um, oh shit. I don't think I've updated everybody's. No. Or did I? Everybody should have 4. I think
Yeah, I
Cole,
have
you
4.
Cole's the only one I fucked up. Sorry, Cole. Okay.
No
So I'm going to
problem.
give you 3. So you'll be able to assign one more point to the kind of like that first section, and then the other 2 you can start putting them in the next. um, in the next section. So after 5 advancements, let me fix Cole's. So if you want to look over any advantages you've been eyeing, everything is the in Foundry. So in the items tab on the right hand like bar or whatever, under abilities, they're sorted by I'm sorry, under advantages, they're sorted by the stat they use, and then there's some other ones. So Cole, let me look at your message.
So you said we have 3 points. Use one in the awakened advancement and then two in where it says after 5 advancement.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Or unless you have more that you wanna choose in awakened advancement.
Just let me know when I'm good.
Um,
I'm gonna increase my soul by 1.
damn, what did we? I think you gave them to me in the channel, right? Or was it in private? Your requests, Andy.
I'm pretty sure
It was in the
I
channel.
put it in the channel. Let me look.
I think you're right. Who's evil? Oatly's not evil. How dare you?
I can't believe he cursed.
Oatly has been through a lot, okay? And probably even more things since you last saw them.
So, I may be jumping ahead a bit,
Uh-huh.
but for the first point, you're saying we're going to spend that on whatever is in the first kind of
Mm-hmm.
column section or row section there.
The first section, yeah.
And then the second one, or the next 2 points, we can put into the next column there. And so we can take any advantage from any aware archetype.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's dope. Cool.
So many options.
Well, I like options.
I love that access to the dark net is an advantage.
Also, I love the I can spend a point and just get rid of my character.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
Have
is
you
it a
had
happy
enough?
ending? Is it I mean, like, as I see fit. It says as I see fit.
Yeah.
Ooh. No. I like James. Unless everybody else hates him, then I'll.
Okay, so
No.
what do I do, Shisha? I'm a little confused about what I'm seeing.
So you actually, I don't know, I feel like you didn't choose all the things that you needed to choose the
Oh,
last time.
I thought I selected a new advantage from my archetype. I know I did that.
Inner power. That's something that you got. And
Um,
then also influential friends is something that you picked up.
right. Right.
Did you bump up any of your stats?
No, I think I took didn't I take those things in um yeah. I don't think I have my
So,
stats, no.
okay. So you actually have 4
Oh, so all of those
or
things happened?
5. So you have, so you basically have points that you can spend. So you have you all have gotten a total of 6 points as of this moment, to spend on these things, and you have only spent two, so you have 4 points to spend. You can increase your attributes. You can passive or active or any, and then you can add one more advantage.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I would want to increase my active attribute soul by 1,
Okay.
and I'd probably want to add another advantage.
Okay, so we're maxing out soul at 4. That's uses up. Okay, do you know what advantage? If not, you can spend some time looking.
Yeah, I like to spend some time looking, thank you.
Okay. You
Uh,
also are able to do a couple more attribute increases if you like.
Yeah, of course.
how do I up my
Um,
soul?
how many more?
Um, Cole, you are able to increase one passive and one active, at least, up to 3 maximum.
Okay.
Or 5, or I'm sorry, or 4. So at least one up to 4, but by increments of 1, right? So like it doesn't really. So you could move. So you could max out willpower or intuition, for example,
Mm-hmm.
or you could increase uh fortitude or reason by 1.
Mm-hmm. I'll increase fortitude by 1. Yeah.
Okay, fortitude by 1.
Um,
Do we have three?
perception by 1.
We have 3. Cole has an extra stuff going on for
Oh,
reasons.
So I just add one more to into perception.
You want to increase perception? I got you. All right,
And is there anything
so
else?
hold on.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope, that's it.
All right.
All right, I'm sorry. John, you were asking about soul?
Sure. So I had 1 point left on the first thing, and there's one slot for increase to max +4. So I'm gonna increase soul to 4,
Hmm.
and then I don't know how to increase it on my sheet.
You just click on the number.
Oh. Okay. Well.
You got it?
Yeah, I thought if I clicked it, it would roll it. So I'm done, and then I can take 2 advantages in the next column.
Uh, well, no. You would have to take at least. Oh, yes. Yes?
Because I have 2 points left, right?
How
And
many points did you just use?
one for the increase in any one attribute to +1 to max +4, and then that would put me at after 5 advancements. You may also choose. And
So
so,
everyone today got 3 additional experience.
right, I had 4 total in that first slot, so I put 1 in the first kind of choices, the awakened advancements, that
Got it.
first section, and then I have 2 more points, but I now have availability to do the.
You can put them in the next
So I'm going to use
section.
the select a new advantage from any aware archetype,
Yep.
and I think I'm going to now become able to scry. I
Cole, you have one more point that you can use.
Wow.
So you can you can use it down in this next section. After 5 advancements, you can choose to increase any attribute, select a new advantage from any archetype, or you can end your character's story arc.
So do I choose one of those options
You
or
can.
more than one? Oh, you could choose more than one.
At this point, you can use one.
Okay. I'm
You
gonna
have
get back to you.
1 point left. Okay.
Yeah, I need to. So I need to think about it. Thanks.
Okay. Does anybody else need help updating their sheet or selecting their next thing?
Do we just drag and click it over to our sheet when we select our new advantage?
You should be able to drag and drop from the menu.
Cool.
I know this is very exciting for anybody watching,
This
but
this is quality TV right here.
you know what? It's
It's prestige
sometimes
television. It's
it's nice.
2024.
The game, I'd say it's actually really great because the game is very fluid and like
Mhm.
it's very rules light. We don't really get into the crunch of the game very often,
Hmm.
so it's kind of exciting to put it on display a bit here too.
Well, and it's an opportunity to look behind the veil.
Yes,
That's it.
I'm seriously looking at Forbidden Inspiration. Um,
Ooh.
it's the visions option. See through the illusion into a specific place of your choice. So I just see a location.
I took Divine.
Yeah, I've also been looking at a couple of other ones, but like
Divine.
You can make monsters temporarily obey you.
Nice.
Nice. I'm desperately scouring the book, trying to find an advantage that recovers stability.
oh, there's the one that recovers
Thirst
stability.
for knowledge. Whenever you learn new information about alternate planes of existence, a supernatural entity, or a higher power, gain +1 stability.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
that's the book. You're reading the book right now.
Yeah.
How many of those
I'm
journals you
taking
got,
that.
Cody? I'm reading this whole encyclopedia.
Are you sure that you don't want at any cost you get a +2 to a roll by decreasing stability? You sure?
I would be running this game.
Oh, that's
Another one I really like for Soul is Voice of Insanity.
I was looking at that.
I'm looking at
Kinda
artifact.
freaky. Yeah.
I'm looking at Forbidden Inspiration. And I kind of wanted to pull an Andy and just take Inner Power so that I have it also.
You know what's really funny? I was thinking about doing the Dreamwalker thing,
Wow.
but I decided not to do it
I
because that
also,
was John's thing.
I was also like, I don't want to be a Me Tooer. But I'm glad to know that the typical Andy urge was present. I appreciate that and adore it. Oh, that's good. Hmm. Actually, I think I'm gonna lean into the buddy cop. That's what I'm gonna do.
What about thirst for knowledge? Um, Cody, you gain stability.
Yeah, I was
whenever
looking at
you
Thirst for Knowledge.
What about Endure Trauma?
That one too, yeah. We have
Very
2
good for
points,
you.
so we can do 2 advantages, correct?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Wait, I think somebody has endured trauma and I don't think we've been respecting it.
I
I
just
think
added
I
it to
do, and
mine.
I completely forgot about it.
You don't lose stability that often.
Doesn't
True.
Josh have
I'm only
it?
at anxious.
No, I have nightmares and obsession.
Actually, you know what? Freya, go ahead and heal to stability. Let's honor your
Thank you.
advantage.
We're going hardcore into the stability advantages here because this is getting out of hand.
I'm gonna take Lay on Hands.
Does Josh have parkour? Because I feel like if not, they should.
That is kind of fun. Oh, and so while we're kind of doing behind the veil stuff, just a reminder that we are kind of approaching, the end of the road for this story. We we have sort of like a set of dates that we are, um, kind of having our eyes on. I want to say we probably have either 2 or 3 more days until we wrap
We're,
it up.
we're off next Thursday.
We're off next Thursday. Nobody knows why.
Gen Con. Everybody's gonna be at Gen Con.
Nobody knows why.
Yeah, lay on hands. So if Josh is dying, I can.
Can I take gang leader and get a gang of fucking followers from these Christians that like
Nice.
follow my orders?
I would love for you to lead a gang of Christians.
Bunch of lads.
Christian
Be a
warriors.
small gang of Christian criminals,
Instead of being the Proud
With
Boys,
knives
they're
and
going to be
sticks.
the Humble Boys,
right?
the Humble Lads. Why is it so hard for me to find a date,
So essentially, it's just the good old boys.
That's what
essentially?
I'm thinking. I'm torn between that or Street Fighter.
I'm all set.
Okay.
He took Dreamer. I knew it.
For 2 advantages.
All right, and Paul, you have one more thing. Remember,
What's the
you can you can increase one more attribute,
mm-hmm.
or you can select a new advantage. You're just drowning in advantages.
I've got so many.
Maybe you could max out one of your. Oh no, you can't. You can buff one of your stats up to 3 if you like.
Yeah. It's either intuition or perception.
Okay,
We'll do perception.
cool. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Wow. All right, now we're fully tracked. Does anybody need more time?
I'm trying to figure out a second advantage.
Okay.
But I can.
I'm not gonna take gang leader. Mind was changed. I'm going for lightning fast.
Ooh, okay.
I think I'm good.
So we have 2 more sessions. So I encourage you to overuse your abilities at the drop of a hat. Even if it seems like, oh, I don't know, should I? Just fucking do it, and we'll see how what comes out of your recklessness.
Okay, I got it. Charismatic aura. So you all have to like me.
Oh my god. Did you drag it in?
Yeah, that lay on hands.
James is forcing everybody to like him, but then I can convince everybody to not like him.
James, I don't see it on here.
Lay on hands and charismatic aura.
Did you drag and drop?
Yeah. Hold on. Oh.
Even the game's rejecting it. It's like, nah.
Wow.
Ouch.
Shade.
Ouch.
I kid.
No, you don't.
I mean,
Oh, okay, I see it.
if you think about it, I have convinced the entire party to come over to my house and have a discussion about like what's going on, and I also convinced most of the group to jump into a ritual of kind of weird shenanigans. So, I mean, there's a little bit of Riz there.
Okay.
Despite his quirkiness.
So all of you have a semi-restful sleep. For the first time in about a week or more, maybe a month, it seems like things have risen to the surface. Um, there is still uncertainty. There are, you know, kind of frightening, um, like these sort of frightening visions of the future. But it seems like less is hidden now than ever. You see more than you have ever seen.
Can I ask you a question?
Hmm.
If I go to work, am I still followed by those monsters?
Do you go to work?
Of course.
Um, you wake up, you're like, oh shit, I gotta get to work. Do you prepare as if you are? So what, yeah, do you prepare? Like, are you thinking, oh shit, I'm definitely gonna be followed by these things?
I
Or
think
do
I
you? Mhm.
maybe I would ask Josh to drop me off
Okay.
for rides.
Well, can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
Mm.
He works there too. I mean, you just keep him with you the whole day. That way, he's on site. I mean, like obviously, he's just going to be protector mode, but
I
not
thought he
really
was
working.
thought we said he was on leave. Josh?
You're the
Are you on leave?
manager.
No,
But
I didn't say on leave. I said you
Oh.
scheduled us for 4 10s instead of 5 and 8s.
Oh, my
So
bad.
we had 3 days off instead of 2.
yeah,
Bad.
That's all.
Okay, so then we would work the same hours and
Yeah, that's fine.
So you wake up, you have a shift. What do you do?
at work or
I mean, do you just like jump in the car? Do you bring guns? Do you uh prepare prayers?
Marsha would say a prayer when they got in the truck before they got there.
Okay. Um, I assume like at this point, I assume that Josh is just more and more cavalier about like traveling armed. Or is Josh
I
hiding?
don't I don't know. I don't think so. It's hard. Would he be allowed to be armed at work? That's the thing. Like, I imagine the work uniform doesn't allow for a gun holster, but I am gonna be honest, I was in Texas for like 1 week and didn't go to a Buc-ee's, so I don't know the etiquette there.
Regardless
There,
what it is, Marsha would allow it.
The boss says so.
That's right.
Then yeah, he's fucking armed.
so like everybody is like doing a big concern, your coworker's like, what the fuck? But, you know, it is Texas. It is a fictional version of Texas where it's even more Wild West than the real version. So there you are.
Here we are.
You work your shifts and no monsters show up. Marcia, you get a text in the middle of the day from a number that is unknown to you. And in big block letters, it says, "Where the fuck are you?"
Like, I would just delete it.
Okay. I don't know if Marcia, well, I would say Marcia, I think you feel different. I think for a long time you could sense something haunting you or hunting you. That feeling was only ever gone when you were at the Young House, and now here, now.
So since she feels lighter, she's gonna really try to be real friends with Freya.
Okay.
Like sit next to her at dinners, go get her when it's time to prep in the kitchen. Like, it's probably annoying.
So, you have your shift, your 10-hour shift, and it ends, and the two of you are able to head back. Um, and again, you are not followed or tracked. James, above the table, we know that this is your, kind of your success.
Gift was all I was gonna do, gloating wise. That's it. So
I know that both James and John may enjoy a bit of gloating. Um, would you ask Freya, I'm sorry, would you ask Marcia about it when she got home?
no, I think like at this point, um, I'm not really focused on that. I think the gauntlet that was put down before me from
Hmm.
um, Nayeli is more
Hmm.
what I'm focused on. Now, I above the table and trying to make sure I don't mix what I know as a player to
Hmm.
James. I don't think James has heard the name Kether, right? That's not been said in his presence. Okay.
I don't think so.
I
Hmm.
don't think so either. Okay. So there's no reason I would be researching that. I would suppose then what I'm researching is as much as I can find out about the infernal seal, what is required in the
Mm.
making of it, and what methods can be utilized in the waking world to stop one if it's seen. Because it's, and also to find out if there's something that only exists in a dream space or
Mhm.
behind the veil, or if there's something that does exist here as well, and what powers they have, um, like how those are kind of put to people.
Yeah, go ahead and roll to investigate.
Okay, I gotta just remember how to open my character sheet. Can I dabble, or is that only for ritual stuff?
I would say that should be saved for a ritual.
Got it. Okay, so then investigate.
Okay, that's a partial success. Would you could include someone in your endeavor and see if they could help you,
I think
or do you want to take your partial?
I think Freya is uh, the bookworm like
Hmm.
buddy for James.
Hmm.
So if she's free during the day, like I'm assuming probably not too much that she's doing, I would be very inviting and also kind of explain what I'm trying to research, so that if we see it again, we can combat it with less effort.
Yeah, I'd go along. I feel like I'm just looking for distractions at this point, whatever those may be.
Okay, go ahead and roll to help or hinder, and it should
What
be
should I roll with?
reason. Beautiful. So that is a resounding success. So I will give you a big chunk of information.
Yeah.
Um, you are able to determine that this seal is representative of an entity known as Sathariel. Wait a minute. Let me make sure my brain is working.
That name's familiar.
Let me make sure my brain is working.
Who's the one that we are on board with Naeli?
Malkuth.
Malkuth, that's right.
This is Sathariel in kind of like basic parlance, is a demonic power, a um like about the most powerful demonic entity, like the highest level of demonic entity that um that you can imagine, and uh its servants are organized around exclusion, loneliness, um, the pain of being at the margin, of being forgotten, abandoned. You find that uh, there is this type of symbol is often it can be stamped, it could be tattooed, sewn, embroidered, carved, scraped, and if it's done by um, a, a person with the right knowledge and skill, they can um, impart some supernatural or occult effect. It's variable depending on intent. Um, and you also see all of, in your research, you see that there are many other uh demonic or infernal entities, and each one has their own seal.
How many?
Um, God.
I mean, if it's not a necessary answer, I guess it's.
I mean, this many.
Oh,
Insert number here,
okay.
and
So
then I'll tell you.
I guess the main thing that my character or that James would be kind of focusing on
Hmm.
once we kind of get this information is trying to if it's a fuck ton, um, then obviously kind of yielding to that kind of impossibility. But I guess just trying to research as many as he can to see if any of them kind of um, sound familiar. The thing I'm focusing on, just so you can see where I'm kind of angling towards, and I was going to ask too, if there's like a description of Cethariel, like what they look like or what they kind of their form. I'm trying to see if I can find the thing that was behind Josh's veil, the thing that was kind of
Mm.
at him.
Hmm.
Because for me, that's it. Obviously had a vested interest in Josh, and I don't know if it was its personal interest or if it was one that was imbued upon it by some other entity. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
So, these infernal powers, also known as demons or death angels, there are one, two, three, five. There's 10.
Okay, that's easy enough to memorize.
10 plus one, kind of overarching one. So 11 in total and 10 subservient.
11's my lucky number.
Oh, well, look at that. Um, the sort of symbol of Cethariel is kind of like, that that painting by, is it um God, of like Saturn devouring his young?
Yeah, I'm very familiar with it, and I believe our
Yeah,
audience is as well.
Goya. So that is sort of the symbology of Cethariel. Um, One of the things that you have learned about these infernal powers is that they can really take any shape. There isn't um, necessarily like a specific look that is attributed to the power itself.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's plenty of information
Yeah.
for your very successful role. So Freya, you are helping um, James with his research, and um, y'all are just uncovering more bullshit, more creepy, weird, um, unbelievable nonsense. How do you react?
I'm just numb at this point. Like, this
Hmm,
is, it's just to be expected. It's part of the course at this point. Like, I, I'm like not really feeling it. It's not really hitting me just yet. Like, it's kind of this delayed reaction.
got it. And so, James, through your research, you and Freya have discovered that this entity, for some reason, is after Marcia.
Yeah. It. I mean, maybe her old church might have followed it. I mean, from the sounds of it, we kind of follow something. Um, what do you think? Do you have any thoughts on, like, maybe it's their church? Like, it's got to be it, right?
Brea is just like dissociating.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I lost
You dissociated.
associated. Yeah, no, it's probably related to the church. It seems logical at this point.
Yeah. I just. Hmm. But how is Josh connected? Okay.
What do we really know about him?
Well, he's reliable, and he's pretty good in a fight. But yeah, I guess you're right. We really don't know a lot.
He's reliable, he's tough, he's handsome.
So handsome. I mean, it's 2024, so that, I mean, it'd be okay. Wait, what? Uh, uh, not much, actually. I know that he was dreaming about, I think it was his parents. They were kind of, it was a trailer park, I think. But I really don't know much besides what I got by proxy. You could talk to him.
So
Maybe that's where we start.
as you two are kind of working on your homework, the the evening clicks by, and suddenly, Marcia and uh and Josh are done with their shift. They arrive at the house. Let's take a beat. Willow and Cole, what are you two doing today?
I would want to talk to Willow about the conversation with Oatley. Yeah, so that's what I want to do first thing.
Yeah, same. And then I want to try to locate some of those books and start reading.
Okay, what do you all say to each other about Oatley, who was so rude and annoying?
He was only mildly rude and annoying, to be fair.
They're just trying to get a message across, you know?
Yeah, I get it. Um, should we talk to Nayeli about this? I feel like that needs to happen.
I mean, I would think that they would have, at least in passing, you know?
Well, should we though? Should we go to Nayeli and tell her what we want to do or wanted to do?
I mean, I don't think we need her permission to do it, but I mean, I'm
No, it's
sure it
not
would
about
buy us some
permission.
goodwill if we were honest.
Yeah, so I mean, I kind of want to hear more of her side of things. Is it Malkuth, Kether? What is going on here? Do you think she could help us learn more?
I don't know how forthcoming she'll be, but anything's worth a chance at this point. I don't know what to think anymore.
Yeah. Yep.
Did we want to do that now, or
I mean, sure. I just in terms of game time, she show whatever you want to do, but yeah, that would be
you're
fine.
right?
Yeah, let's go. So the two of you, look for Nayeli. Um, she is busy for some of the day, so she's like, yeah, come back in a couple hours. Some time goes by, and then she invites the both of you to come in and talk to her in her bedroom study.
Mhm.
Um, hey, um, Cole, Willow, what is going on with the two of you?
Um, we're here because we're confused and have questions, and maybe you could help.
The journey to awakening is full of confusion and questions. I know that the two of you are so devoted to our community and to your spiritual growth. So I'm always glad to talk things through with you. What's going on? What's on your minds?
Um, we want to know more about what happened with our grandfather, and we want to know more. And reading the journals, we noticed that it was just filled with references to Kether. We also know that Oatly tried to dissuade us from, convince us not to mess around with this stuff anymore.
Okay, well,
And we were hoping that you would help us understand more, and for me at least, especially what is this Kether and Malkuth thing?
about your grandfather. I don't know all the details about him. I know that he left our community, um, and he left his family to find an alternative way of worship. Our way in the time of the prophets was patriarchal, uh, white supremacist often, and um, often toxic. So, what I imagine, I don't know this for sure because I didn't know your grandfather. I think he left to look for other options. What I know of the church that he joined is that they believe that God and Christ and the Bible have some kind of um, integration into Native American spirituality, something like that, and that drew him in. And what he found there was, you know, something different beneath the veil, under the surface. From what the research that I've done and from what Oatly has told me after their experience in God's lovely servants, is that they serve um, a powerful entity that opposes two um, two two kinds of movement. They oppose devils and demons, if you can believe that. I'm not exactly sure what I believe or understand about devils and demons. I mean, there's stuff in our some of the scriptures that we have from Al-Quth. I certainly don't have direct experience with that, but they also oppose the work that we endeavor for, the awakening of humanity, the pulling away of the veil, so that people can return to their divine roots, so that people can see the truth. Malkuth, in her grand wisdom, planted these knowledges across many cultures and many different places. Um, there's scientific communities that have been touched by her wisdom, just like there are spiritual ones. And so our work is to awaken. Now, the intensity maybe of where I am coming from is that I believe, based on what I have seen and what I know of the scriptures and things that have happened, is that I think the world that we know, the world as we know it, is coming to an end. And so we must achieve awakening quickly. I don't know necessarily that Oatly believes the same thing, but um, they're willing to help protect people here against um, forces that want to stop our awakening. I was under the impression that your grandfather's church had been destroyed utterly. Um, what is it? Is there something? Is it? I mean, are there missionaries that are reaching out to you? Is there something going on with their church, or is this just curiosity about what happened to your grandfather and his journals that you have?
Just curiosity after Oatley spoke to us the other day.
Go ahead and roll to influence another.
Yeah. All right, let's see.
You got this.
As soon as I can find it.
Beautiful. She believes your lie. All right. Well, I would definitely be wary of what you find in those journals. Oatly talked to me about some of the terrible things that happened when they were in that community. So, just be careful. And remember that I'm here for you if you need anything else. You had another question, Andy. What was your other question?
Oh, I was gonna sort of basically ask the question like that I asked to Oatly. Says, then where does this power that some of us have come from?
Cole, it's your power. It comes from you. It belongs to you. Kether, if it were up to, you know, such a uh, such an entity, you would be asleep forever, and you would never get to know greatness. Would never get to know the real you, the true you, the unbound you. And the unbound you is beautiful. And the that is the message and mission of us. is for you to become unbound, for you to fully awaken, and you're doing it. And you and some others here will lead humanity after the world as we know it ends. Let's take a beat. So you, Josh and Marcia, you two are arriving. James and Freya, you hear the truck pulling in, kind of crunching into the gravel. I don't know if either James or Freya would look to intervene.
I'll say to Freya, you talk to Marcia, I'll talk to Josh. Unless you'd rather switch? I mean, I just don't know if.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Marcia's fine. She has no idea how to talk to Josh.
What? Wait. Oh, I thought you said
Freya
Marcia
has no
has
idea
no.
how to. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool.
So, I imagine, Marcia and Josh kind of like tired after day, um, at Bucky's. The two of you come through the front door. Um, are Freya and like James like running down like to intercept them as they enter, or is there another?
I'm gonna probably shadow, and just try and like avoid Marcia and just get to Josh once they split.
Got it. And then Freya and Marcia, both of you know right now that there's probably work to be done in the kitchen. I mean, Marcia, you're probably exhausted after your day of work, but maybe not. Maybe not. Wait, 10 hours, started at 6, probably 4. Yeah, yeah. It's probably the afternoon. So uh, you're probably, um, there's like a little bit left to do in the kitchen to finish prepping for dinner. And the two of you know that.
Hey, Freya, come to get me for kitchen duty.
Uh, I guess I thought I'd help you out again. I don't know. I haven't seen Cole around recently, so
I really do enjoy our time together in the kitchen. So, yeah.
yeah, it's nice. How are you and Josh doing at work? Like that's gotta be stressful going to work in the middle of all this.
I don't find it stressful. It's kind of a nice change of normalcy. Like, there's not a religious war being waged, at work, and it's a little nice to get away. And safe. I don't know what James did, but we haven't been followed by any creatures.
That's really good to hear. And I guess you're right. I couldn't imagine doing exams right now or studying for midterms or anything. I um so yeah, let's head to the kitchen and it's been nice talking with you. You and Josh hang out quite a bit. How long have you guys known each other?
Just since he's been working at Bucky's for about 2 years now.
Oh, I thought you guys would have known each other much longer than that. It's
I'm out. I'm sorry, Josh. How long have you lived in Texas? I know you moved around. I made it up real fast.
It's probably like an overestimation. It's in reality 18 months, but it's not unreasonable for you to say 2 years.
Okay. No, he's just we really clicked at work, his spiritually it's he believes the same way I do, and that's all. You know, he's a good kid. If if you're interested, I can.
Oh no, no. I just don't know that much about him. I wanted to know a little bit more, since we're all seemingly stuck here for quite a while.
Honestly, he's never talked to me about where he's from or anything like that. I just know who he is since he's been here.
Gotcha. Well, I appreciate the insight. Um, why don't we, like I said, just head to the kitchen and kind of get working? It's been a long day. I want to be done with all of this.
Okay. Then I'll follow to the kitchen.
All right, the two of you move into the kitchen. Avoid any talk of demons. Um, James.
Oh
Yeah.
wait, there is something I do want to say. I apologize.
Hmm.
Um, Freya, if you ever want to get away from this place just a little bit, you're more than welcome to come to work with me and Josh. You could just sit in the office or wander around. There's even a shopping center not too far from the Buc-ee's if you wanna.
That, yeah, that actually might be nice. Just getting out of here. I don't want to get back to school at this point. Not now.
And, maybe you could spend some more time with Josh. So
Um,
get to know
yeah,
him.
maybe we could become friends or get to know each other. Yeah.
The Josh, Freya, James love triangle we didn't know we needed. All right,
Gets
so
accused of liking Josh, immediately tries to set him up with someone else.
I'm doing this for Josh.
she said nope.
It's a deflection. She's trying to cover herself.
So the two of you move into the kitchen, and it's a little bit of chaos because Cole's not there, Marsha's not there, Nayeli's not there. Like the younger folks are kind of running around like trying, uh they just the only thing they were able to round up was like stovetop Kraft mac and cheese and like a couple of cans of tuna. In the corner, you have, you know, Oatly chopping up parsley or whatever, trying to be useful. Okay, so James, you wait until Marcia and Freya break away, and then you shadow Josh.
Well, I'm not shadowing Josh. I was shadowing to avoid Marcia.
Got it.
Because I don't. I think she thinks I'm weird. And I'll just kind of approach Josh. I'm like, hey, you got chores you're doing?
Always.
Well, I'll just walk with you. Um, I did some researching today about that mark. Some more information, kind of deep dive. And something got me kind of confused. And I kind of wanted to bring it up to you. Because I'm trying to sort stuff out. And I promised I'd protect you. But I think I need some more information to be able to do that fully. Um, Now I understand, talking about stuff is hard, but do you know? Have you ever heard the name, or is the name Sothariel familiar to you?
His brow kind of furrows. Nope.
Okay. And I thought not. Um, so that's the that seems to be the thing that's connected to that infernal seal that was on Marsha. How's work, by the way? Everything go okay? Nothing crazy?
He nods.
Okay, good. Well, I think you two working the same shift is a good idea, just in case, it didn't work. Even though out of character we know it did. Sorry. Um, but the descriptions I've been able to find of this ethereal thing, it's like a demon or a fiend or infernal being or something, according to the books in the house. And it's nothing like the thing I saw in your dream, the thing that was behind the veil in your dream. And I was thinking, I mean, yeah, you're close with Marsha and all, but she's being attacked by this thing in the real world. And you were being attacked by something that's not. And I guess I just wanted to know a little bit more about, you. Like, is there anything that might be, like, she's got her church and everything. But is there anything that might be coming after you for any reason? And if he says no, I do want to make a move.
You mean anything that I know of coming after me?
Or anything that you might have been like maybe connected to, or like that you would have saw maybe when you were younger, or like anything in your childhood. Because, like, Marsha, she has that weird church, right? And I'm pretty sure that they're the ones that put this symbol on her, and they're the ones who, are in league or at least utilizing this ethereal demon. But the thing in your dream was different. And without going back into your dream, I really don't have, I don't really want to, especially since, it's probably there. We've got the protections, and they seem to be working, right? You haven't had any weird dreams in the house, or in the tent, rather?
I mean, I've always had weird dreams.
But, like, breaking your arm or whatever in the middle of the night kind of dreams, like you were
I
having.
ain't been hurting them since. No.
Okay. And I think if I go in there, like, it's kind of like, baiting them to come out and be a bit more problematic. So I guess what I'm saying is if I can kind of learn more about you, I might be able to learn more about whatever it is. Then I can find it in the books, and then maybe I can figure it out. See what we have to do going in. Give us a plan of attack, or maybe give us the right idea of what weapons we need to use, or what we can even do about it.
Ain't you a journalist?
Yeah.
Then interview me.
Well, I thought you'd never ask. Great. So, what was your childhood like? I remember it being said you kind of moved around a bit, but I didn't get much before or after that.
That's most of the story. It was just me and my parents. Can't remember staying in a place more than 7, 8 months.
Were they military, or were they like what's it called? My brain knows. There's a thing in Texas where people move around for work.
Transient.
Transient. It's yeah.
Well, my father wasn't serving, at least when as far as I can remember. Uh, he was good with his hands, good with a gun, and good behind the wheel, but no, it wasn't base hopping.
What were you moving around for then?
A lot of motels, a lot of trailer parks, few RVs over the years. Did a lot of camping. Got real good at making a fire.
I mean, just for the exploration, or like, I guess it's not so.
Think my parents, I don't know if they were running from something or something was chasing them, or if they just didn't ever feel safe in a place. Um, they weren't well, they weren't like you. They weren't too much into the talking type.
Well, I see where you get it. And again, I appreciate you answering my questions here. Jokes aside, um, so you don't know if they were running from something or running to something.
Well, I will say I've been having, I don't know, sort of a recurring situation in my dreams. Speech about some sort of awakening that I'm a part of or something. Um,
That term's been used by Nayeli around me, right? Out of character.
oh,
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so it sounds like they knew you were special from the onset.
doesn't every parent think that?
Yeah, well, uh, you're right. You see him kind of like shrug after presumably thinking about his dad for a second, and then now, when are your parents? I mean, you talk about them like they're gone. They passed away. I'm assuming.
Um, Not entirely sure.
Oh, so you don't have contact with them. And okay, okay.
No, they ain't ever stayed in one place for as long as I've been here.
I'm sorry, Josh.
I don't think it's something to apologize for, but I appreciate the sentiment.
Um, yeah. Um, okay. So they might have been running from something, trying to protect you, maybe.
Or protect themselves. They certainly kept running.
Well, when they let you go, how did that go?
They were packing up again.
They just didn't tell you about it.
They told me about it, but I was old enough at this point to make my own choices. And when you grow up running that much, that scared, kind of like looks down,
Gets
looks
old.
away. You get tired,
Yeah.
and I got tired. So for now, I'm staying here till I can't stay here no more.
With all the shit that's been going on lately, it's hardly like you can get any rest. But I'm doing everything I can to see that we can make sure you can get some sound sleep, no matter where you are, even if we're not in this protective space, or for some reason it falls apart. Um, okay. I guess the last question I have for you. Um, when you were with your parents and when you were traveling, Were you dreaming then too?
Not the same dreams.
Oh, see that. I said last question, but that kind of opened up a can of worms there, Josh. Um, how are they different?
The awakening. That's only been since my parents left, but well, sometimes you see things that other people don't see, and you dream about things that other people don't dream about. And, you talk about it a little bit when you're younger, and you just stop talking about it.
Now, I would say
These monsters that we've seen are the first monsters I've dreamed about, if that makes sense.
it does. Now, the monsters you dreamed about before, and he's had his book out and he's been taking light notes, but he kind of like leans into it a bit more. Do they look like the ones that have attacked us, or were they different?
In ways. I mean,
Some
tentacles and things or misshapen blobs ain't the first time, They don't always have shape when you're dreaming, and the memories are very fluid in that state.
Now, Josh, I
But
know
the nightmares are always real.
I know you're not much of a talker, and what I'm going to ask you here is going to be a bit much, but if you can describe them in detail, so I can get every piece of information I can and see what I can't learn about them. It's the best lead I got. And I'm assuming that out of character, Zach, you have like kind of a nebulous idea of what they look like. But
Yeah,
Josh,
I'm just fucking winging this shit.
sure. No, yeah, I felt that vibe. I felt that vibe.
This is coming
I
out of my
saw the
ass
wall.
in real time.
I saw the wall. So for Shijo, kind of above the table here a bit, I am taking down the description and kind of making sure Josh explains like every nuanced detail of the monsters and the dreams. And then once I have that information, I'm assuming it'll be closer to dinner time, if not already. And then I'll kind of just, break off the interview and then head to dinner. Is that fair? Since I'm assuming, the details aren't the important part. The fact that I know them is the important part, so I can research them after dinner.
Okay. So after dinner, we'll do a roll.
Okay.
Or we can do the roll now and then play it after dinner.
Okay.
It'll be another investigation, and you'll have help from Josh. Josh, though, you are going to help with soul.
Ugh. The minus is minus.
Okay.
But you're gonna roll a 20, so it's fine. Fuck.
Okay.
And then
So the like you can tell James that from Josh's responses that his memories of these things are very scrambled. But I will let you roll your investigation.
and then make a move to make it not be true, or not even need to do anything.
You about to summon one of these things from my fucking nightmares. This is how we do it.
Heck, we don't even need to go 2 more sessions.
That's a really low roll.
Thanks, Andy, for pointing that out. I appreciate that.
Yeah, a failed
So-
investigation with unintended side effects.
So let's just go to dinner,
Yeah,
please. Oh my God. Okay. So, James doing top-notch investigatory reporting. Josh literally just rambling about half-remembered dreams. Freya and Marcia they're working it out on the working it out on the remix Redux. Um, Cole and Willow, um, still Nayeli. Nayeli is reassuring you, um, you know, stick with me. I got you. Don't be scared. You're amazing. You can do this. Um, Kether's bad. Malkuth is good. Any questions before we go to dinner?
Do I gain stability from that conversation with thirst
Oh
for
yeah.
knowledge?
You took the yeah, sure. Oh man, that was smart.
I don't know if I have to roll for that.
I don't think so actually. It is kind of OP.
Is it two? I forgot already.
Great. Let's see. Gain one. It's not that
Oh.
OP.
If only.
All right. So, any other questions or thoughts of Nayeli?
Not now. Oh, can I ask her um if I'm allowed to peruse the books that are around? Is there anything that I'm not allowed to look at?
Willow, unbound. You're free. I know that it's been hard for you to um this change from the old ways where there were so many rules about what you could and couldn't do, but the knowledge here is yours. It is your birthright. I mean, it's been yours before you were born. So yes, of course. Um, do you want to check it out after dinner, or are you gonna skip dinner?
I'll check it out after. I think I just so much I need to learn, and I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing or what I can and can't do. I need to learn.
That's the beauty of it, Willow. That's freedom, is being unsure, being curious, exploring. Come on, let's go down to dinner. I don't think with Cole and Marcia out, who knows what kind of slop these people made, but I'm sure it'll be fine if they poured their hearts into it. Come on. Cole, any other comments or questions?
No.
All right, the three of you descend, and um, everyone is sort of gathered in the kitchen. It's started to rain, so you're not able to all sit outside for the meal. So the different rooms of the house, become um sort of, impromptu dining areas. The dining room is full of stuff, belongings, cots. There's still a dining table there. There's a table in the kitchen. There's, places to sit. Some people are on the floor, some people are on a couch or chair here and there. Some people are standing and eating. Where do you go to eat?
Marsha's gonna
Somewhere
sit
quiet.
wherever Freya sits.
Hmm. I think Freya would do the same, like find the quietest place where the least people are sitting at the moment and just kind of cross-leg on the floor.
Okay. The two of you kind of find a nook off in some, you know, like maybe a couple of rooms away from the from the kitchen. You've got your paper bowl full of um, instant mac and cheese and canned tuna. Um,
Ugh.
Not gonna lie, that sounds dope.
Sounds like a hamburger
Noodle
helper
casserole.
meal.
I was raised
Stoner
poor.
snack.
I was raised poor. That's my
Okay.
bread and butter.
Oh my God, Jonathan. Okay, so who else? Willow, you were saying?
Just somewhere quiet so I can think in peace.
Okay.
Well, let's sit with Jenny and Kaylee.
Your family.
Yeah.
Okay. Jenny and Kaylee are, there you need the high chair. There's like a so you're able to kind of stay in the kitchen and eat at a table.
Hmm.
What about um James?
I would try to kind of like walk past or walk near Freya at some point and give like one of these
Mhm.
like like it kind of is it going good the conversation kind of situation.
Yeah, Frey would just give a little nod back, like she's good at the moment.
Yeah, and then James would basically nod his head and like smile and give a thumbs up and then head off to consume tuna mac.
Okay. Um, it starts raining harder. There's um flashes of lightning, followed by thunder, and then all of you um suddenly hear the muffled uh but loud call of a voice um over, like a voice amplifier coming from the street.
Shit. Marsha.
That's not what it said.
The parishioners look around at each other,
Ja, ja.
uncertain. They look to Nayeli and to her husband, Melvin. Nayeli looks unsure, but she heads to the front door. There's a couple of people that have gathered at the windows, and they whisper to her. She approaches the door. She opens it, and wind blows in, blowing in the rain and of this like summer storm, and then lit up by lightning and the street lights is the old prophet holding the voice amplifier and yelling, "Hand her over! Hand her over, and no harm will come to anyone." And at his shoulder, standing underneath an umbrella, a woman that is well known to Marcia, her mother-in-law. And at that, we're going to take a little bio break for 5 minutes. We'll be back at 8:10 or so.
You got this, Marcia.
All right. So, with the door open, the wind blowing in the rain, the lightning throwing shadows in the house into the house, um, and every 30 seconds or so, the lightning, the thunder, um, um, there's like, thundering happening every 30 seconds or so. And the, your leader, um, previously, the prophet Isaiah, with his arms up to the sky. Well, one holding I guess one arm up to the sky, the other one's holding the bullhorn. Not a bullhorn. What is that called?
Megaphone?
Megaphone. Thank you. One holding the megaphone. Which of you are familiar with the word Sathariel? For sure, James. For sure, Freya. Anybody else? Oh,
Josh, because I just
Josh
got
now.
asked about it. Yeah.
Whenever you so you hear on the megaphone, in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, release that heathen bitch to us now. And like your mind, like your ears hear Jesus Christ, but you also hear Sathariel at the same time, superimposed. Nayeli yells out, "Get the hell out of here, old man. No one is leaving this house with you." She looks back at Josh like, "Help?"
I'm gonna say.
He
Oh, sorry.
nods. Sorry, that's and like puts down plate, like turns around and runs to the kitchen where I imagine there's a shotgun in a cabinet somewhere he can grab and rack.
And your crew?
Oh, I didn't take gang leader.
You still have a crew.
Oh
They're
yeah,
not.
but
You won't get all the
I
advantages of
imagine
a gang
there's
leader.
like
Mhm.
a bunch of weapons in the house. Like we are
Okay.
ready for this shit. This is not a drill. Like we are activating. I imagine there's a plan for some of the people in there to start like grabbing weapons that have been stored and like preparing for a barricade.
Sure. The people seeing you are that trigger.
Yeah.
And as you um act, the people around you that are trained in firearms begin to mobilize. Um, Obviously, nobody in this group, besides for you, is like a firearms type. Um, but at least Cole and Marsha, you know that guns aren't the only way to protect people you care about. And there are prayers that you have learned that can offer protection. James, do you react? I heard
Yeah,
you
I
about to say
wanted
something.
to kind of move to Nayeli and say, why
Hmm.
did he say Sothario?
I heard that too. She whispers to you.
It's the name of a demon. I think he worships it. And who is she?
You see her eyes, like, wait, what the fuck? I don't. I don't know. I don't know who that is. And you hear not on the megaphone. Marsha! You abandoned us, Marsha. Come back.
At that name, Josh comes running back into the room, pulls a handgun out, and holds it out to Marcia. Says, "You don't get a choice. This is yours now."
Takes it, but is holding it completely wrong.
Yep.
She's holding
Yep,
it by the
like
barrel.
takes your hands, puts them on the trigger correctly, puts the other hand like on your wrist, how you're supposed to grip it and support it, and like shows you where the safety latch is. Like with his finger says, "Flip this when you need to fire." Other than that, you keep your finger off the trigger. Nod at me if you heard me.
Nods.
Okay. And goes back to barricading.
If you have enhanced awareness
Mm-hmm.
or dabbler in the occult, or forbidden inspiration,
Oh, so close.
you feel something changing in the air around you, a thinning. You can roll to see through the illusion. If you have one of those either dark secrets or advantages. Marsha. Oh, nice. Marsha, your eyes are drawn out where your name is being called, and your gaze is drawn out to where your name is being called, and you see um that Isaiah and your mother-in-law have been replaced. They are still wearing the same clothes, ill-fitting, but they look more gangly and sagging, like the image of Sothariel that you can see in Discord.
So, having run to the window, the first image I saw was the mac and cheese. And I was like,
Tuna Mac! You just run out there and just start eating them.
uh,
That's not gonna be good for
Okay.
cardio.
having seen what I see, because I'm sure I would run up to where Nayeli, and is James there too, next to Nayeli? Okay.
Yeah, because he walked up to her, yeah.
Okay, sorry, I couldn't remember. And I would say that they're not human. That looks like a demon. They both look like demons.
Satharia.
Willow, you also see what Marcia sees, and both of its attention of both of them is drawn to you. They can tell that you see them as they are.
Would others of us see that as well?
No. James, wait. Cole, you have enhanced awareness.
I
So
do.
you can go ahead and roll to see through the illusion.
Partial.
Okay. No. roll to keep it together. So that was a 14. Wait, you rolled an 11 and you have a 4 soul. So that's a success. So you basically just you see what Marsha sees, that they're demons.
Um,
Um James,
His head explodes.
um you not only see them for what they are. Um, Let me see. What is your hmm, Isaiah, the Isaiah one, clocks you now. Um, in its kind of raspy, gurgling, um, infernal voice, it shouts.
Wait. Hold on. Counterspell. I had
Mhm.
two islands open. Can I
Oh,
roll
haha.
charismatic aura to make opponents perceive me as harmless and ignore me for as long as I remain in the background and do not act against them?
Okay. So you can, but
Okay,
first this is going to happen.
got it.
Um, it it shouts at you. I'm gonna gut you, and you're gonna join your father in hell. And it begins and moves forward, and uh you see it just rip apart the front gate with its claws. Now go ahead and roll your advantage.
I've been rolling really hot tonight, so this is going to be great, right?
Okay. Partial.
Okay, we'll take it.
You want to take the third one.
Yes.
Okay. So you kind of like whoop, kind of fade into the background. Okay.
And I want to kind
Yeah.
of be somewhere where I can see Josh.
Okay.
That's it.
Is this thing considered a monster?
It is considered a demonic entity, not quite a monster. It's not mindless like a monster, but never fear. Behind it, you through the rain, you start to see 8 or 9 of the monsters that had been, um, kind of coming after you, kind of galloping to the fence, which has been trashed, the gate.
I was just wondering.
What do you do? What do you all do?
So
James
how
is
much or
Go ahead.
sorry, what does Freya see? Because she don't got any of that, so
Freya, you see 2 crazy asses standing in the rain, yelling about Jesus and about Marsha. And to the back and behind them, you can kind of see like movement. It's total cloud cover. So even though it's not
Mhm.
fully night, it's quite dark, and you see movement behind them. It's hard to say exactly what it is, but with every moment, it's clearer and clearer. It's those things that had been attacking Marsha.
Cole would walk towards Marcia, and as he was walking, he would start saying that prayer, the chant,
Mhm.
that the ritual,
Mhm.
and he would then look at Marcia and put out his hand out to hold her hand, and maybe like prompt her to say it too.
And she would follow closely.
There is, Cole, you are, a dabbler, and you
Mhm,
do have an inner power, and you have influential friends.
mhm.
Is there any way that you want to angle your prayer?
Um, I want to use it to protect those of us in the room from those things that are look like they're trying to hurt us.
There's a lot of people in this house. There's probably like 60 people in the house. Um, that's tough.
Okay, well that so could I how about
Maybe just
this?
the core group.
Just the elites. The
Just
rabble
Right.
can get fucked.
I know that's right.
Hell
Depending on how
yeah.
you can avoid getting
Good
mean.
old classic Vanguardism.
Oh, perfect. Um, Thinking like about it, and maybe it's hard to protect. Maybe the defense is not the best option. Maybe he would want to try to expel the people that are at the front door, make them go
This
away.
defense is a good offense, Andy.
Okay.
You don't have to defend yourself from enemies that have been fucking smited.
So you are seeing these, gross uh demons dressed like your old prophet and Marsha's mother-in-law. Not that that's her, but
Mhm.
and behind them you see this um this uh herd of those fucked up creatures. Um, are you going to use your inner power to target something?
Totally, totally, and it's more like just go away, leave us alone,
Okay.
or, I mean, I if I could
Your
smite
inner
them all,
power does not do that.
my inner power does not do that.
Your inner power causes harm.
Well, yeah, fuck it, I'm going to cause them harm then.
Okay.
Two modes: off or
So
burn it all.
Marsha is helping you. Marsha, you can roll to help with your prayer, using
Yes.
soul.
Okay.
Can I join in on that too?
Yeah. So Cole, you follow Marsha and Cole's lead. Do you link hands?
I think it meant Willow.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Oh, yeah,
Willow. Do you link hands? Yeah, go
I
ahead and
do.
roll to help. Your prayer, it becomes more and more intense. Is it a hymn? Are you speaking in tongues? No one can really tell, but it seems to help. Cole, you can add a +2
To
to
the
your
ongoing or
no,
forward?
forward.
Forward.
So it'll be +2 to your
Inner power roll.
inner power roll.
Oof. Partial
Okay.
success.
So your how does what does your inner power look like as it harms um Isaiah, the Isaiah demon, as it has crossed the threshold
I
into
would
the front
imagine
yard.
holding hands with Marcia on one
Hmm.
side and having his hand out,
Hmm.
and maybe some sort of bright, blinding light comes out.
Yeah. There is this like explosion of light. People kind of like duck out of the way a little bit as it like blazes through, and in the darkness, through the rain, um like a a bolt of lightning in the storm, and it hits the Isaiah creature. Um, it burns its gross body becomes even more gross as its skin begins to sizzle and bubble and crisp, but it is still upright and it is chanting and it is pointing its gnarled finger right at you, Cole. Um, Go ahead and roll to avoid harm.
Okay, I will do that. What a second. Avoid harm. Failure.
Oof.
You feel your heart begin to beat harder and harder. It feels like there is a hand squeezing at your chest. Roll to endure your injury.
Um,
You take 2 harm.
I take 2 harm. Okay, so we're gonna endure injury. 2 harm and
Can I engage in combat?
success.
Yes. So Cole, it retaliates against you, but your faith, your prayer, with the help of your sibling and Marcia, you rebuff its like supernatural attack on your very life, and um, even though it's uncomfortable and frightening, you're okay. Um, Marcia, engage in combat.
Yeah, seeing Cole get taken out like that,
Hmm.
I have that gun from Josh.
Yeah, you do.
I want to I want to shoot my shot at him.
Yeah,
Go,
do it.
Oh, this is gonna be so terrible.
go.
Failure.
It's
You're
Cole
you
in the back
are
of the
you aiming at
head.
Isaiah?
Yeah.
Your shot goes totally wrong. It hits the iron fence. The bullet ricochets, and it hits one of your fellow parishioners in the arm.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Nayeli looks back at you. Marsha, get the fuck out of here. They're coming for you. And she turns back. She issues a prayer, and your mother-in-law, Marsha, and Isaiah go up in flames. And you see the Isaiah demon slow, and it really is like struggling to move forward. Meanwhile, the creatures have broken through the busted gate and are starting to enter into the yard. The people in the room where you are starting to move back into the house, into barricaded rooms, as Josh and the other um, not vigilantes, the other humble boys or whatever are doing their best to help barricade, handing out weapons, etc. Next beat. James, are you doing anything from the shadows?
So I'm pretty sure fruitlessly going to try to. I don't think I have anything. I'll be honest. I'm really just being reactive. Is there anybody near me who's wounded?
Um, just the bystander.
Nah, I don't know that guy. Does he have a name?
Um,
Take too long. Okay, so
no.
yeah, I'm mostly just going to be ready for like a reactive anybody who's in like Josh's vicinity, um, I'm gonna pop in to try and heal them.
Okay. Freya, anything from you?
Freya is going to do something really dumb. Um, because she's worried about Marcia and she's over everything.
Mhm.
Um, so can she try to use magnetic attraction to get some people's attention?
Yeah.
Sorry, was that a yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Okay, let's see how this goes.
Hey,
Oh,
Beautiful.
um, so yeah, she wants people to kind of forget that they're trying to get to Marcia right now. Um, like temporarily, and then also she's going to ask them to like just please stop, like just put down your weapons if they have any weapons with them. No, she's not gonna say
Yes.
please, she's gonna say fucking drop your weapons,
Yes.
fucking stay
Yes.
back, get the fuck out of here, and just see what happens.
So, all of you that are still in this space, kind of scampering, trying to like make sense of this chaos. And, you see Freya kind of take center stage, and this like divine radiance just kind of swarms around her, and her voice um commands these demons to stop, to put down their weapons. Um, Neither of them have physical weapons, but you see both of them stop in their tracks, buying everyone time, and sort of crouch down, as if they're like kind of cowering from your radiance. Don't forget that you also have your stubborn advantage. Oh, okay. Well, that's maybe you know, you may not want to use that right away. But you do have that as well.
Yep.
Okay. So Cole, Willow, Marsha, the three of you see this happen. Um, what's next?
I knew she liked me. We're best friends now.
So around the demons, the creatures begin to swarm up the kind of up the steps of the porch and into the house. They haven't made it in through um the threshold into the house yet, but they will any second.
can I get one of those guns from Josh?
There are guns everywhere. You can roll to act under
Oh yeah,
pressure.
Josh is like Oprah right now. You get a gun, and you get a gun,
Oh,
and
okay.
you get a gun. Fucking
Yeah.
everybody gets a fucking gun.
There's more guns than people in this house.
Always.
Perfect.
There always has been, and there always will be as long as Josh is in here.
I want to take a shot at the closest one that's coming over the threshold.
Okay.
No.
I'm so glad I
Um,
gave everyone guns. This is going so well.
America.
You gotta use your words, guys.
So your gun, you are just not, I mean, Willow, let's be real.
Right.
You don't know how to handle a gun. You shatter, the window glass, and you also draw its attention, and it is upon you. Go ahead and roll to avoid injury.
You guys are rolling
Oh
great
my
tonight.
God.
Go ahead and roll to endure,
Boy.
For how
and
much?
take 2 harm.
There
Okay,
The
you
something
go.
had to give there.
Nice, nice.
the horrible thing comes crashing down on top of you, and knocks you to the floor, but it doesn't manage to crush your head under its, you know, spidery leg. But it is on you.
Good. Okay.
Can I do something?
Yeah, please.
Seeing this thing on top of Willow, can I roll lightning fast?
Absolutely. A beautiful success. So now you have three edges. Keep track of them.
Yep.
You can use them. So you can spend them anytime, and you can pick any of them.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna go with 2 right now. Blinding speed, and I'm engaging fucking everyone right now. Like he is going to swing an AR from around his side and just
Yes. Okay, beautiful.
Rambo.
specifically for the one on top of Willow. I'm gonna use uncanny precision and +1 harm.
Okay. So, I mean, go ahead and okay, gotcha. So go ahead and roll to engage in combat.
Let's go.
It's kind of like you were made for this,
Yeah,
Josh.
really.
You whip out the AK-47 and you
This is America. It's an AR-15. Josh is not
yeah.
using a fucking Russian weapon.
Oh my god. So true.
Wow.
Wow.
Um there's a lot of broken gross monster legs. A lot of them have been um lanced and are now leaking their gross kind of yellowish fluids everywhere. None are knocked down. The one on top of Josh is very close to being Dunzo. But I'm sorry, the one on top of Willow is very close to being Dunzo, but it is now like it's kind of gaping mouth hole full of teeth is like getting dangerously close to Willow's face.
Just wants a kiss.
Yeah, right.
And Cole, there's nothing stopping you from using
I was going to ask
your
if that
advantage again.
requires a recharge chime, but yeah, if I could do it again,
It's
I would
so
be, I would
danger
look back. I'm
it's so
sorry.
dangerous that like I think that's the cost. If it goes wrong, it could go really wrong.
Okay, I would just look back to check on Jenny and Kaylee. Would I see them doing
Oh,
what?
honey, they are gone. They
Good.
ran. They're
I'm so
hiding.
glad. Great. And then he would that would be the thing was he would turn back if they weren't, but he's
Mhm.
gonna try this thing again, especially seeing that it's been hurting other people.
Willow and Marsha are not able to help you pray this time.
That's okay. I'm gonna go it alone. So should I roll the
Roll
ability?
your advantage.
Success.
Another beautiful
Nice.
success right on the dot. Um, your power attacks all the opponents in your vicinity, causing
Nice.
2 harm. So your, sacred microwave ramps up and you
Mhm.
just
Like the laser
obliterate.
cats coming out of the eyes, right?
Right, exactly. You obliterate the gross thing on top of Willow. It collapses on top of Willow, but doesn't hurt them. And all of the rest are like very close to being taken out. One more hit on each of the 7 or 8 that are still in there, kind of making their way in. So, Cole, now you are targeted by one of them. Roll,
Hmm.
or let's say by a couple of, a few of them. They're all inside of this space. Roll
Oh,
to avoid injury or avoid harm or whatever it is.
whoops.
You're too slow. You are too busy, rolling your eyes back and
Mhm.
in this divine ecstasy, unleashing destruction on them, and three of them round on you. Go ahead, roll to endure injury.
How much harm do I take?
Two.
Success.
Nice.
You motherfuckers.
He touches.
They continue to crowd the space, but they're very close to being straight up done. Um, Another combat roll with the AK-47 might take them out.
It used up all of the ammo, so instead of using it like a gun, Josh flips it around and starts using it like a club.
I like it. I like it.
I'm gonna go for another combat.
Hopefully, you're better at it than they are.
You can use blinding speed again,
I can.
unless you want to save it.
Yep, I do.
Okay.
I'm just gonna try and get one of the ones on top of Cole.
Okay. Got him. So wait, did you save so you're saving your blinding speed?
Yep, I'm
Okay,
saving my last
got it.
edge.
And you knock one of the freaks on top of Cole. There are two left. Um, so the two of you are kind of like, you know, um, have this kind of sibling thing going on, taking out these things. Um, Nayeli from closer to the door unleashes another, uh, these gouts of flame, and um, the remainder of the creatures um, are set ablaze and kind of collapse and crumple. Um, Outside, the two demons have kind of regained their their wits after being um, stopped in their tracks by Freya. One looks pretty fucked up. The one sort of shaped like Isaiah, Marsha's mother-in-law, cries out, Marsha, you have to come back with us, Marsha. You don't belong here. You know you don't belong here. You don't belong anywhere. They don't really want you here, Marsha. Nobody fucking wants you, Marsha.
Freya's just gonna start shouting, like, shut the fuck up. We want her. We always want her. Uh, you don't even deserve her. And she's gonna do what everyone else has done. She wants fire gun too. Um, so
I would encourage you to use your ability for this.
yeah, I'm gonna
Okay,
use stubborn and see how that
beautiful.
goes.
Yes. Okay,
Partial
partial
success.
success.
All right, and then I'm going to roll engage in combat, but I want to do it as I can use it as willpower instead.
Okay, so instead of rolling in combat, you are going to roll, I think it's a keep it together. Yeah, roll a keep it together.
Okay. Partial success.
Beautiful. So, you are able to, are you using a gun? So you're shooting.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So you point your gun at Marsha's mother-in-law?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. You are you aiming at anywhere in particular?
Um, no, she's just like, I guess, aiming for the torso or main, like, biggest target.
Okay. So you miss. You don't hit your the torso, but you hit it in the mouth and you shatter its jaw. And it's like going, "Ah." It is no longer able to taunt Marsha.
She's like, fucking yes.
You have one more edge.
Let's see.
And you notice that the thing that looks like Isaiah is very close to being done.
If you don't kill it, I will.
Yeah, I think she's just gonna. She's kind of that took a lot out of her.
Okay, she's saving
And she's
her
checking on
stubbornness.
Marcia too.
Checking on Marsha. Marsha, how are you?
Freya is the most amazing person she's ever met. She's like crying a little bit, and if Freya comes over, Marsha's just gonna hug her and hold her. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
she would come over.
I don't think Marsha could say anything, but she would just you tell it meant a lot to her.
Marsha is choked up. To really like um ragged looking demons are crawling their way towards the house at this point. James?
I want to shoot Isaiah with my dad's gun.
Okay.
That's it.
Goal.
Hope. I don't do violence. What do I engage in combat, right?
So I would say in this moment, I would like to kind of float this idea. Um, Joshua, now that the threat of like the gross creatures in here has been mostly um um has been mostly dealt with, you see James, who is just not trained in using a gun, but you see him squaring up against this horrible thing, this terrible man who ruined his life in many ways, and you have an opportunity to help him if you want, to guide him, to shout advice in the moment. Would you like to help?
Yeah. I will try to quickly run up and offer to take the shot. I'll use that your gun. Like he throws the AR to the side, runs up and says, "I'll use yours. Let me."
Um, that doesn't feel right.
That is not what I had in mind, Josh.
If you say no, then he's gonna grab your hands and aim for you.
Okay,
Just
that's
say
what I had
no,
in
and
mind.
that's exactly
Okay.
like no, like shake
If-
your head like quickly no, and he grabs your hands, aims, and says pull when I say pull.
If it's more like if it's more like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That-
We're gonna
there
do
we
it
go.
like fucking first date at a mini putt putt.
Hell
That's
yeah.
what I was going for.
The person who
Josh.
killed my father. And...
Josh, roll to help with violence.
Josh's first offer is to take the shot for you. You like quickly shake your head and no, okay.
And then
One
Okay,
hand on
with
the gun, the other hand on the waist.
violence.
Oh my god.
+2.
It's a
I'm blushing.
beautiful success, so take your +2.
This is a great first date, killing the person who oppressed me my entire life and killed my dad. But you really know how to win him over.
Just a stone cold killer over here.
I've never seen John blush this much in my life.
Great.
Oh,
Sorry.
that's
Yeah,
hilarious.
ghost moment. Exactly. Elizabeth. It's like I suck at shooting. I didn't even know what button to
Ceramic
press.
pot.
Okay, what am I pressing? Sorry.
Roll to engage in violence.
How'd I do?
Oh no!
You got a partial success with the +2.
You
Yeah,
got
partial
partial
success,
success. Okay. So, with your partial success, you are your bullet goes right through its skull. Its you know, corrupt infernal brains spray out the back. But the two of you are feel the ravenous claws of Marcia's mother-in-law as she lunges. Both of you roll to avoid harm.
I'm gonna use my last edge to dodge.
Beautiful. You dodge.
I'm gonna take it probably.
You have
Yeah.
a partial success. Um, So go ahead and take endure injury, and it'll be 1 harm. Okay, that is a failure. You feel her filthy, jagged, serrated claws, James, rip through your side. Um, you could be knocked out.
Hold on.
You could take a critical wound and continue to act, or you can die.
I have a question.
Yes.
Did I see him die? Like,
Yes.
I know he's dead.
Yes.
I'm gonna choose die.
No, James!
That's
Serious?
narratively, it is the best choice. Like, if you think about it,
Yeah.
it's narratively, it's the best choice. Like, okay, I'll put it to the people. Like, I'm pretty behind the die
James!
choice, but I
Oh
definitely
my
want to hear people's
God.
arguments for. Um,
It's your character, however
Yeah.
you want to end it.
I mean,
Yeah, it's up to you.
yeah, because what even do I want? Well, no, Freya. I don't know if she's safe. That's fair. Okay, so yeah,
Yeah.
he'd
Okay.
stay conscious.
Okay.
Um, critical wound. Take my. I don't even know. How does that work? I.
So, on the under wounds, there's a
Sorry.
critical wound. You can check that off. So basically, if you receive another critical wound, it'll kill you. Um, you haven't gotten that many
I
wounds
don't have
or
any.
any. Yeah. So, you let's say your critical wound is what do you call it when something rips open your gut guts?
Eviscerated or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all of you see
Disemboweled if
this.
they pull them out.
There you go. So you see James endure this, uh, possibly fatal injury. Blood is just draining out of him. He's still on his feet. Um, and the demon is like pulling at your seeping juices and like spreading them over her face. Um, and it seems to be kind of like slightly healing her shattered jaw. It's like growing back, at a supernatural pace. Um, anyone else like to act?
Can I observe a situation actually?
Yeah.
Cool.
Um, you can ask a question for a cost.
Um,
You can ask a question and the answer will come at a cost.
yeah. What's my best way through this?
Um, as the uh, as Marsha's mother-in-law rounds on you and you know, makes you her next target, you know that your best way through this is to eliminate the threat, which is her. She's at this time the only threat. Go ahead and roll to avoid harm as she lunges you as you pause to observe. Go ahead and roll to endure injury. 1 harm.
Use me as a body shield.
Can I try to shoot her? Shoot her?
You have a laceration, Josh, under serious wounds. Yeah, Marsha, you see your mother-in-law. Um, oh, you ignore your injuries as well as Beautiful,
+1.
beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, Marsha, you can attempt to shoot her.
Okay. I can do it.
You shoot James.
And I'm gonna go with viciousness for the rest of this combat.
Um, Marsha, your hands are sweaty and shaking. Your bullet pierces her shoulder, but it's as if nothing had happened, and she rounds on you. Um, James James's blood sprays over you as her claw kind of flicks away from him, and she attacks. Uh, Go ahead and roll to avoid harm. Go ahead and roll to endure your injury.
How much?
1. You endure a laceration. Her claw rips through your shoulder.
I tried
1.
taking a shot again.
Okay.
Everyone just keeps shooting. You have to hit something eventually.
Well, it's not going to be me.
Was Marsha wounded? Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Yes.
Okay.
I rolled
Um,
last time.
Willow, you just miss.
Okay, I have
Just outright.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Freya's
have
gonna try to shoot
Well,
again. Like,
Freya has one more edge.
gotcha. And I can't repeat it, just can I?
Yeah, I think so. I say sure.
Okay. I'm gonna roll with willpower again.
Go for it.
So what was that last time?
It's keep it together.
Keep it together. Partial success.
Okay. So you are let me see. Partial success for combat is you inflict the damage. So you point the new Freya is just has no chill, just turns, points the gun, blasts its head open. Um but um in that as you are engaging, um you um like pieces of its skull fracture away and become lodged into your skin, Freya. What that means and what that will do, we will find out next time on the next installment of Hymns of the Heretics.
Thanks for watching.